A Fox News host is not exactly thrilled about Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl halftime show.
So now they're giving us Bad Bunny. The Super Bowl has announced the new halftime show, Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Are you a big Bad Bunny guy?
Not a fan, but here's my advice to Americans, because a lot of conservatives are freaking out, okay? Don't be mad that we have a cross-dresser who doesn't speak English doing the halftime show, because if Kamala won, he would have been a cabinet member. You wouldn't have got 10 minutes. You would have got 4 years. And that's my advice to my conservatives that are flipping out. It's like, if we can get through a president who didn't speak English for 4 years, we can get through a halftime show.
All right, so you're going to be rocking out to Bad Bunny no matter what?
No, not rocking out. And to be clear, I think it's absurd because the Super Bowl is a monument to America. It's a monument to our excesses. They took the football, something we all loved, and turned it into a pop culture, like kind of the epicenter of pop culture for the year. You get the commercials, you get the halftime show, you get the celebrity sightings. So yes, in an ideal world, the celebrities would speak English, okay? And that's where it's a problem. The game is in San Francisco. They should have a San Francisco act.
All right, so the game's in San Francisco, and we all know the halftime show is really for the women.
Yeah.
That's when we go to the bathroom.
Check our boxes, figure out how much money we're down. Right. That's when I start dressing like a woman to make back my money after the game.
Oh, he's only joking, guys. Don't get excited.
I don't know. Are you sure he's joking? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look, this is pretty ridiculous Fox News stuff, okay? Normally, I wouldn't even comment on it, but, and look, it's the Super Bowl. I don't watch football, okay? So, no, we don't all love it, okay? I have no problem with people who love to watch football, who love to watch Super Bowl. I don't care, right? It's soccer, whatever. Like, do you, right? Okay? I don't care about the halftime. I don't care about any of that, okay? And honestly, I'm going to be honest, I've never listened to Bad Bunny, okay? And that's okay. The conservative freak out over this, though, is funny. And again, this guy, Jimmy Failla, right, talked about this. And he's like, look, hey, conservatives freaking out. Don't worry about it, okay? Stop freaking out so much. What do I mean? Well, Benny Johnson. Shocker, Benny Johnson. He complained that Bad Bunny is a massive Trump hater. He's an anti-ICE activist. And he has no songs that are in English. I can't understand what he's saying. He could be saying bad things about me in another language and I'll never know. But you can't Google translate this? I mean, I know, like, giving them solutions, obvious solutions to things that aren't really problems, but that they make problems. I don't know. But anyway, look. Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico. So yeah, it does kind of make sense that he wouldn't have songs in English. Like, seriously. But there's more conservative freak out. The Polymarket football account over on X said the NFL doesn't care about USA fans. You do realize that Puerto Rico is part of the United States. People living there are U.S. citizens. They're really giving it away here, okay? Their entire problem. They're just giving it away. Look, Jimmy, he said that Harris, oh yeah, don't freak out, because Harris would have made him a cabinet member. So, you know, instead of 10 minutes, you get 4 years. No, that's what Donald Trump did. He took a bunch of Fox News people, celebrities, and put them in his cabinet. I mean, you got Pete Hegseth, Dan Bongino, Jeanine Pirro, Sean Duffy, and then lesser-known people like Keith Kellogg, Michael Bastach, Tammy Bruce, Sarah Carter, Kimberly Guilfoyle, Leo Terrell, and others. His cabinet is filled to the brim with Fox News people, okay? Some of whom have no government experience, no relevant experience to the position that they have been put into. And certainly, even if they do have some experience, they're not very good at their job. Jeanine Pirro, who can't seem to, you know, convict a ham sandwich, or at least anyone who throws a ham sandwich. Just saying. But here's the thing. Imagine if Biden or Obama had taken a bunch of MSNBC hosts and put them in his cabinet. Okay, like imagine if they took Rachel Maddow and made her Secretary of Defense, or I'm sorry, Secretary of War now. Okay, you know what would have happened? The right wing would have had a complete and utter apoplectic meltdown. Okay, and by the way, a lot of people on the left would be like, "I'm sorry, no disrespect here, but what does Rachel Maddow know about being the Secretary of Defense?" It'd be a weird decision, okay? But obviously, Obama and Biden didn't do that. In fact, look, it kind of went the other way. They served in the cabinet and then went on to be MSNBC hosts, like a Jen Psaki. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, at the end of the day, Democrats tend to hire people with at least some sort of relevant background for the positions, whereas Donald Trump seems to hire people based on whether or not they get good ratings on TV. Okay. Oh, they look good. Okay. I remember in the first Trump administration when Trump had hired John Bolton, because John Bolton was an incredible war hawk on Iran, still is, right? Now, he's a Trump guy before he became an anti-Trump guy. Okay. But I remember when John Bolton was fired because of his mustache. I don't like that mustache. I'm not comfortable with that mustache. You need to police that thing. Okay. But I mean, so that's one of the things that Trump is pretty infamous for doing. Hiring people from Fox News based on nothing more than do they look good? Are they defending me enough on TV? Not, it doesn't have anything to do with whether or not they're actually qualified for these jobs. Okay, and so it's pretty interesting that this Jimmy Failla or whatever talks about how, oh yeah, Kamala Harris would have made Bad Bunny a cabinet member. I mean, look, I understand that this is, I guess, supposed to be comedy, supposed to be a comedian or whatever like that, but I mean, it's not really funny. I'm just saying. They might want to work on that. But anyway, look, he also took shots at Biden, saying, "Oh yeah, well, Joe Biden didn't even speak English." Wait, have you heard Donald Trump speak? The guy says a lot of words. There's not a lot of substance there, but there's a lot of words. And the words that he says, some of them he can't even pronounce, like acetaminophen. He had a problem with that. Oh wow, that's acetaminophen. That's what it was. Right. Look, Trump says a lot of nothing. Okay. And he wraps it up in puffery, of course, and language about being great or how we're not great anymore. And it's because of these people that have made us not great. And look, it works. It works on his fans. It doesn't work so much on everyone else, but it does work on his fans. And look, a lot of people, Trump talks about things in such a way that a lot of it is just empty. Okay. A lot of what he says is just empty, or it's buzzwords or whatever. Right. And a lot of people are able to fill in their own meanings to that, their brains. See, human brains, we tend to do a little bit of pattern recognition, right? And sometimes when, things are vague and empty, we fill in our own meanings. And a lot of Trump voters, that's what they've done. They just fill in that meaning so that Trump agrees 100% with everything that they've already believed. Okay? And that's why he does so well. Oh yeah, Trump speaks for me. No, he says nothing, and your brain's just filling in the gaps. That's really it. The guy's basically a dementia patient at this point. But anyway, it works. It works. Now, there is one thing that Failla said that I think is kind of correct. And that is when he said the Super Bowl is a monument to American excess. Oh, it's true. Now, I don't think that that's a good thing. And he's like, oh, it is a monument to our excess. And that's why, that's why we should be keeping everything the same, right? And not having somebody like Bad Bunny come in and ruin it. Well, hold on here. hold on here. I think it's a bad thing. I think there's too much commercialization, literally commercials that cost millions of dollars, okay, and benefit the networks and all that stuff. Big advertisers, big corporations, media companies. But it is funny. He said, they did it. Well, who's they? Who's the one that did this? Okay. Who are the ones that turned it into a pop culture thing? That would be the advertisers, that'd be big corporations. They have commercialized, and the team owners, by the way, the media companies, okay, that host the Super Bowl, they all make tons of money by commercializing the hell out of the event. Honestly, if I was a football fan, I would be pretty pissed off about that, because it's no longer about love of the game. It is about how many advertisers that have been pleased by all the money. That said, Bad Bunny, getting back to him, good job. Okay, Bad Bunny, good job. Keep pissing off the conservatives. Because you know what? Watching the meltdowns on social media is just always fun. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.